Hi everyone, in project 1, your learning objective is to review functions. So before beginning this project, you should have gone through all the materials in Brightspace. So I'm just looking at module 1 here, and in the module 1 assignment subfolder, you'll see that there are several readings and videos to watch. I do recommend you do all of this first as a refresher on the different types of functions and the different types of parameters. The project itself is I'm going to provide you with a file, project1.cpp, to start with. In that project, all code is written in main, and you are asked to split it into several functions. And I'm very specific about the functions I want because I have a learning objective for each of those functions. So first thing is, in Brightspace, as you're looking at this assignment, be sure to click on this link. And I know that I am in instructor view here, but you should see something very similar. You should be able to click on this link here to get to the file that I'm providing. Click on the file, it will download, and then you can open it in your IDE. The first thing you should do when you get that file open is read the code and run it. Run it, be sure you understand what it's trying to do. Okay, you're going to take that program and you're going to split it into 4 functions. What the program does is calculate a car rental. So it asks the user for various information in order to come up with a total cost. In the first function, get car data, you're going to ask the user to enter in the number of car rental days, the car class, whether the user wants a full tank of gas, and whether the user wants extra insurance. Again, this function must be a void function, and all parameters must be appropriate. So be sure you're looking at the different types of parameter, value versus reference. The second function, calculate class, gas, and insurance. This function will calculate the charge for the class, the gas option, the insurance, depending upon the input that you received in get car data. Again, this should be a void function and all parameters must be appropriate. The third function is calculate total. So the calculate total is going to sum the class charge, the gas option charge, the insurance charge, come up with a total due, and return that single value to main. It must be a value returning function. So my recommendation to you is be sure, I'm just going to flip right back over to Brightspace here, be sure to watch the video about value returning functions. I want you to very specifically follow the instructions I'm giving you, and again, there's a reason for the direction I'm giving. And that is, you should know how to use value returning functions, how to use void functions, value parameters, reference parameters, all of these, because the rest of the semester will utilize functions in every single program that we read or write. Okay. Finally, the last function is a display only. So this function is going to display the number of days rented, the car class selected, what the class charge is, the gas charge is, the insurance cost is, and then finally the total due. So again, it must be a void function. All parameters must be appropriate. Okay, when you're writing your code, keep in mind a few things. The main program should be made up of a series of function calls. No function other than main should call another function. So I don't want you to call a function from a function. Main should read like a table of contents and should be one function call after the other. Comments. So I need to know that you did this yourself and that this wasn't done by some sort of external tool like an AI chatbot. And one of the ways I can tell is whether you know what's going on or not. I use comments to determine whether you know what's going on or not. So please use comments. You should have a brief description up at the top of the program, and you should have a description before each function of what the function's purpose is. If I see something that hasn't been covered yet, or a method that I haven't covered in your materials, in your book, etc., I may ask you to explain what you're doing and why. Please write the 4 functions as I describe them. Again, if you're using internet resources, you may find other methods, but I want to see a function definition after main closes with a function prototype before main opens. And again, that's best practice, right? You want to have your table, your main to read like a table of contents so that it's easier to debug and go find those functions after. If you're hunting for function calls, then you don't know what's happening first, second, or third, and that can easily happen if you put your function definitions above main. Your code must be easy to read, formatted the way Mrs. Sorrentino shows them in the demo programs and in the videos, using proper spacing, using indentation, use blank lines for readability, etc. The thing to keep in mind about this program is the program works and it's already been written for you. And what you're going to do is just chunk out this code into functions. So my recommendation is write one function and then run the code and make sure it still works. Then write the second function and run it again and make sure it still works. It's much easier than writing all 4 functions at once and ending up with several errors, sometimes just simply syntax errors, but they're all over the place and it gets a little bit harder to manage. So do one function at a time and make sure that the program is still working properly. You should not be writing any new code except for those functions, the header part and the prototype part and the function call. Okay, if your code is not working, don't just submit it. Please reach out to me and ask me questions because I may not get a question once you submit it. I won't look at it until I grade it. I think that's it. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. I'm happy to help. And don't forget that ACE tutoring is available.